Jeff Sims led a lot of touchdown drives there. What did you thought about his play tonight and overall?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good play by him. A big run there. We didn't blow him dead. Sometimes the monotony of quarterbacks being, people stop running to him, but we got to run to the ball.
What have you made of the first 2 weeks?
Back and forth. Defense is a little ahead. That's natural. Offense has more new players. And we didn't slow down the install, so more MAs on offense. Obviously, we're a little bit behind, but we should be behind on offense. And defense should be ahead. We have a lot of returners. So what I've noticed is we need some more young guys to step up. We need some more young guys to take that next step. That's what I'm looking for in spring, is what young guys are we going to be able to count on. And, hopefully these next 3 weeks we find 6 to 12 more guys that we're like, man, we can count on you to help us as a redshirt freshman. Whatever year that is, that's really what I'm searching for.
Have any of those young guys maybe jumped out, like an AJ?
Oh yeah, AJ, Rodney's jumped out. I mean, there's a couple of guys. Obviously, everybody knows Tell. There's a couple of guys that have jumped out and shown flashes. Plaz has shown flashes, but we need more. We need more of these guys to make tackles in space, right? We need more of these guys to know the system good enough to where they're verbalizing it loud and confident. And I know that doesn't happen overnight. That's the part of development. But, you should never be satisfied with where you're at. You should always try to push yourself.
You did talk earlier in the week about the snapping issues. Do you feel they got better as the practices went along?
They definitely got better. I mean, I think y'all are out here. I think you can definitely see that improvement from that perspective. That was just a really bad day. And, we're also holding out some guys in certain periods. So we're getting into our depth, more quicker than normal when you're in spring ball or when you're in fall camp. That's just because we have so many veterans, so many returners. That we don't need to see all the guys go all the time. We already know how some of these guys are going to play football. So we give other guys more reps.
You mentioned being loud and confident. It felt like the defense was feeling itself today. How did you make their performance?
Yeah, I thought it was back and forth. Like I told them, I don't think there was a winner today. I think there were good plays on both sides of the ball. But if you left here thinking like you won the scrimmage, you're absolutely wrong. This is a first spring scrimmage. The defense should absolutely dominate. And we did not absolutely dominate. Now with that, we hold out 7 guys when we go live on defense. So like I said, there's back and forth. It's really hard to judge, who wins and who loses. But today, I didn't think there was a winner. I thought it was a tie, and I hate ties.
How much do nights under the lights like these aid in the acceleration of progression as a player over time?
I think one, the way, I know it sounds weird, but when you practice during the day and you have to look into the lights, that's different when you're actually catching the football. So I actually think that's something that you have to get used to, catching the ball under the lights. In year one, we didn't do enough night practices. And that was one thing, looking back at it, talking in exit interviews with players, some of them said, well, they weren't used to catching in the stadium. So that was something that I really tried to make an emphasis on in year two, changing that. And we ended up getting 6 or 7 practices at night. I think we had to cancel one, so maybe 6. And hopefully this year we do the same thing. Spring and fall, we get 6 to 7 practices at night in the stadium to get used to the lights. From a personality standpoint, you should step in the stadium and be fired up, right? But there is some more to that. Our grass is different in this stadium than it is in our practice field, which is unique. Usually you have the same grass, we have different grass, so getting used to the footing. So there's more to it than just the prestige of being in the stadium.
Was there anything that surprised you about how they responded to that?
No. Thought the energy was good. I mean, I thought it was good juice. I think our guys like football. I think that's a plus that our guys like it. I just think we have a lot of growth to do. And I know that's cliche, but man, we're going to have to count on some of these guys that some people don't even know their names yet, and have to count on them. And I want to see more out of that group. I know what our vets can do. I know what I'm going to get when Rouser's at boundary safety. I know that. I know what Keyshawn and Crook are going to do. I know what CJ's going to do. I know what so many guys are going to do. I want to see one of these young guys step up and say, play me. And there hasn't been enough of that.
You guys have shuffled through running backs all through camp and especially today. How much of a strength is the depth in that room?
Yeah, it's a strength. I mean, but you can only play 3 maximum. Maybe a 4th situationally, but 3 is about the cap in order to be good, unless you're going to be all 21 personnel that you can get a 4th in there, like we had to do in Memphis for 1 year. So it's great competition in that room. And I think some guys, I think K1 had a great day today. Broke some tackles, you saw his strength. He's put in so much work since he's been in the program that I was super impressed.
Xavier Alford said that he's looking to go out the right way this coming season. Is there anything that you kind of liked about his approach and mindset so far this spring?
Yeah, he brings it every day. He's super competitive. If you follow his Instagram story, you know that. Like, you know, he has a drive about him. He has a purpose every single morning. And I think that's what, got him to persevere through all the time that he had to not play, was he put himself in a place where it was him versus him. And when you don't play for so long, you have to find that place. And I think that's during when he was going through that process, I think it was a horrible experience for him. But I think it was now his greatest strength, because now he can go to a place where it's only him versus him, and not everybody can find that.
What's it like having Trenton Bourget as a running backs coach?
Yeah, it's great. Great having him in the running backs room, being able to say, hey, this option route, we anticipate you to sit, or just the communication from the quarterback side of that room in terms of what the quarterback sees. So I think it's a huge advantage, and he's a smart guy. I mean, he's super smart. Like I told him, maybe hopefully he'll be the next head coach here in about 20 years.
Going back to your GA days, what was like dealing with this guy over here?
Painful. I'm just kidding. He was awesome. We showed our team a few clips of him today. We showed them 3 clips of him running over some people back in his day, just to show him that, like, the dude in the back of the room is a physical, tough dude. And the last time that Arizona State was really ranked, he was on the team. In 8 straight years. If you were a middle schooler, if you were in middle school, you have not seen a ranked Arizona State until this year, and since he played. So, that's the gap, is from him to now, and for him to be around and want to be back involved and just hang out, it's pretty cool.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.